Daoud is serving time now on a case that they made up. It was a fairy tale all the way from start to finish. But he's in jail partially because of his father. I have been, since my adult life, been a freedom fighter, a person who fought for the rights of others. I was been with SCLC since 1968 till now. And, I am one of the people who helped to bring about the Voting Rights Act, Voting Rights Bill, and to train the black community in becoming that new nation. We created a new nation. A lot of us, Dr. King and SCLC, and I was the person who led the Selma drive, Selma to Montgomery drive for SCLC. I was in charge of that particular movement. And in 1965, where we marched from Selma to Montgomery, where we stayed in Selma and confronted Sheriff Jim Clark as we, confronted sheriffs all over the state, and we got the right to vote, we got the bill, and we got everything. And I happen to be one of the founding fathers of that particular, this new nation that we have now. And our young students and young children don't know who helped us get to this point. They think it's always been like this, those who are in the integrated schools and those who are growing up now. They don't know the price that had to be paid for them to get to this point. But I can, walk into any school or any place and they don't even know my name. That's more Martin Luther King. They heard that because he was, of course, the overall symbol. But they wouldn't, they couldn't tell you that this is a living walking history right here. That's what I am. I don't, and I don't say this to many people. I'm saying it to you because it sounds sometimes like you're bragging, but anything that I tell you can be, can be documented, and it's already documented, and it was happening. I was out there in the streets helping to make these changes. Black folks wouldn't register to vote. We went out there, SCLC, myself and others went out there to make sure that they got registered to vote. Then after they got registered to vote, then they got, freedom and protection under the Constitution of the United States of America. We said that all men, are created equal and endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, that among these is life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That's the spirit of the Constitution right there, even though it might come from another document. So black people had always been denied. We had to work the fields. We had to do a white man's burden, but at a black man price, which was about $700 a year in Mississippi, and probably less than that in Montgomery and in Alabama and other southern states. So, but we've come this far because people have fought and died and believed, though, that we would be able to get to this point, that we would overcome. We haven't done it yet, but we've come to the point of just start. We're standing on the brinks of freedom and preparing generations that come after us for to take the prize for what we have fought to give them. Brown versus Board of Education.
What about it?
It was one of the most important court cases that has ever been in America, so far as I'm concerned. It outlawed, segregation in school system. But the most important thing about that is not that it outlawed segregation in the school system, but the judges came to the point of saying that segregation was dangerous and it was injurious to nations unborn black people. Said that because of the treatment that they have had through the years, they passed that treatment down to their children as they were born. And so, you know, that's saying a lot. And it's almost like segregation being implanted in our DNA. And that's why black people have been so affected by it. It's dangerous. It's injurious. It treats a man like an inhuman individual. Segregation does, and those who push it and who use it, they are the worst people. They're worse than Adolf Hitler because they really destroyed many black men. And see, the danger there is when you kill one man, you're not just killing one man. Did you know that? Not just killing one man. When you kill that one man, you destroy him. You destroy whatever posterity that would be under his genes and seed in the future. You cut that off. And so, we've come to this point now to where we've begun to move up. And I have a son, Daoud. He used to walk on the picket line with me and he helped me close down several pawn shops and all that where blacks could go and freely get guns and things. And I felt that guns would kill our sons and our daughters. And he marched out there on the line with me to help solve that problems. And then we succeeded in closing several of them in Montgomery, and several of them went out of business. But they're still here. And so we succeeded in getting Montgomery. When I say we, that's the Alabama Action Committee that I headed, along with /SCLC, getting black policemen on parity with white policemen, getting them hired first of all, and then getting them to be able to arrest anybody who breaks the law. Heretofore it had been that if you had a black policeman, he could only arrest black people. But we changed all of that, and because of this, I have been targeted. My family has been targeted, and I have not been able to do the things that an adult black man should be doing for his family and for other people in this in our posterity. Most of my time is spent trying to help other people, and I've now come to the point to where it has destroyed my family. I lost my son, my wife, and that's my life. So there you have it. We all come through that door of feeling that the only way we can solve conflict is by either beating somebody down to the ground, beating them up, or killing them. But we have not been introduced to the real solution to that is nonviolence. You can only kill, and I hate to use the word kill segregation, with love and nonviolence. If we had tried to use weapons against the power structure, practically all of us would be dead. But because we came to them with soul force, that we put our lives on the line, they beat us down to the ground. They could do whatever they wanted to do to us, and we would not retaliate. We would not fight back. We solved the problem with soul force and love. We wasn't going to kill anybody, not going to beat anybody, but we were going to love them. And when they would come to us and call us a nigger, we'd simply look at them and say, "Mister, I ain't no nigger, I'm your brother."